Welcome to Sakhi Soul Stories, where devotion becomes narration and remembrance becomes blessing. Today is day 11, Ekadasi of Mahalaya Pakshalu. On this day, the importance of restoring forgotten rituals is remembered. The scriptures tell us that when families or kingdoms neglect the sacred duties toward ancestors, imbalance follows. But when rituals are restored with sincerity, prosperity returns. This is the story of a king who learned this truth. Long ago, in the kingdom of Ayodhya, there lived a wise but weary king named Virasena. In his youth, he had ruled with strength, honoring traditions and performing every ritual. His land was fertile, his people happy, and his court was respected across kingdoms. But as time passed, the pressures of war, wealth, and pride consumed him. Slowly, the rituals of Pitru Paksha were neglected. The offerings of food and water to ancestors were stopped. The king thought, "My strength is enough to guard this land. Why do I need to depend on unseen blessings?" At first, nothing seemed wrong. But soon, droughts struck, harvests failed, and diseases spread among the people. His armies lost battles they should have won. Even within the palace, unrest grew. The king sat in despair, unable to understand the sudden misfortunes. One night, he dreamt of his forefathers, mighty kings who had ruled before him. They stood with stern faces, their crowns shining but their eyes filled with sorrow. One of them said, "Virasena, you have broken the chain. You forgot us, and so our blessings no longer flow. A kingdom without remembrance is like a tree without roots. Restore the rituals, and the roots of prosperity will return." The king awoke shaken. The very next morning, he called his ministers and priests. He declared, "We shall perform Pitru Paksha with sincerity, beginning today. Let no ancestor be forgotten. Let no offering be missed." The palace courtyard was cleaned, kalashas filled with pure water, lamps lit at every corner. Sattvic food was prepared in abundance: rice, dal, vegetables, fruits, and sweets. Brahmins, sages, travelers, and the poor were all invited to eat. Facing south, the king himself poured water offerings with sesame seeds, reciting the names of his ancestors. His queen and the royal women placed flowers and incense, ensuring purity in every act. That night, as he rested, Virasena dreamt once more. This time his ancestors appeared radiant, their faces glowing with joy. One of them placed a hand on his head and said, "The chain is restored. From this day your land will prosper again." And indeed, in the days that night as he rested, Virasena dreamt once more. This time his ancestors appeared radiant, their faces glowing with joy. One of them placed a hand on his head and said, "The chain is restored. From this day your land will prosper again." And indeed, in the days that followed, rains blessed the fields, the harvests grew rich, and peace returned to the kingdom. The people rejoiced, praising the king not for his wealth or armies, but for his humility in remembering his roots. Here, the role of women shines brightly again. It was the queen who supervised the rituals with devotion, who reminded the king of the purity required, who guided the palace women to prepare offerings with love. Without her touch, the rituals would have remained lifeless. Her shraddha gave life to the king's repentance. Ekadasi teaches us this truth. No matter how powerful, no kingdom, no family, no individual can thrive if they forget their ancestors. When rituals are restored with sincerity, blessings flow again like rivers. This was the story of day 11, Ekadasi, the king's renewal. Tomorrow we will listen to day 12, Dwadashi, where we learn how even the innocent remembrance of a child can reach the ancestors. This is Sakhi Soul Stories, where every story is a flame of faith, and every woman is the guardian of that flame.